everyone. Welcome to practice today. If you didn't see my post earlier, we're going to be practicing doing some sliding. So if you're on a carpeted surface, having a Tupperware lid or some plastic lid, a plastic plate, a paper plate would help. If you have access to a smooth floor, that and a hand towel will give you the opportunity to slide. And if sliding is not an option, or you find what your prop isn't really working, you can modify this by doing a step back rather than this push and pull action that we're going to be playing with today. So that being said, if you do need to go grab your props, do. No worries. And for those of you that are ready to begin, we're going to be in our easy seat. We tend to come into our easy seat the same way all the time, or at least I know I do. So let's go ahead and take our unusual easy seat. And then you might like to be on a blanket or maybe some pillows to sit up a little bit higher and to get up and out of your waistline. For this little sliding action today, I have these really cool, they're called slides. There's two of them. You can purchase these if this is something that you decide that you like to play with. I'll tell you, Ursa got a hold of it earlier, so apparently it's a puppy toy too, so you might want to put it up and out of the way. All right, so when you get into your easy seat, remember you can rock a little bit back and forth, just noticing where you feel the most upright in your pelvic bowl. And then let the shoulders slip down your back and let your chin come into your throat just so you can open the back of the neck a little bit more. If you haven't mindfully placed your hands, do. It's very often said that if you feel you need to be grounded, palms down will be a benefit. If you feel you could use some energy, palms up. If you don't really feel like making any decisions, one of each. Or if you feel you need that kind of balance. And then you can allow your gaze to softly rest on the space just ahead of you, toward the floor. Or you can allow your eyes to close completely if that's comfortable. And just take a moment here to welcome yourself to the practice today. Our breath practice, what is known as pranayama, is going to be a 1-to-2 ratio breath. So what we'll do is inhale. You might inhale for a 3 or a 4 count toward the back ribs. And then the exhale is going to either be a 6 or an 8, depending on the length of your inhale. Remember, a 1-to-2 ratio. If counting is not your thing, allow sensation to be the guide. Letting a full exhale occur. So go ahead and exhale your air out. And then inhale toward the back ribs. You might even feel the back body expanding. And exhale for twice as long as you inhale. And maybe feel your body become even heavier in your seat. With each exhale, can you begin to release a little more tension? Maybe along the shoulders, the neck, the jaw. And with each inhale, can you become even more aware of the quality of breath, the life that you draw into your body? And just allow the stuff of the mind to begin to settle down. It is through the yoga poses and with mindful breathing that we calm our nervous system. And when we're able to calm our nervous system, we're able to quiet our mind, we're able to release tension there as well as in the body. And we're able to be calm in mind, in body. This creates the space for us to become aware of the vital life force, what is known as prana, within us. And when we can become aware of this life force, it allows us to begin to know the more spiritual aspects of our being. Remember, spirituality is our connection to our higher power, whatever you recognize as your higher power, to each other, to animals, plants, the planet. Remember, that spark of life in you isn't your name, it isn't your job, or the material things or power that you have. There's something much more majestic. And that power is in you, members of your family, your community, your state, country, the world. We are all connected in this way. And whether or not this realization is available to you right now doesn't matter. When I first began this practice, it was more on the fitness platform. But then I began to know it as something else, something deeper. I began to realize that I suffered because of forgetting this connection, because of my ego, thinking I was separate, that no one had suffered the way that I was suffering, that no one could understand, that I was alone. But it was through this practice that I began to connect again, to connect inward and outward. So as you flow today, maybe you begin to notice those spaces where you no longer are your name, your job, your materials, but where you really connect with this feeling of being truly alive. This is the heart of our yoga practice. You might become curious now around what brought you to the mat today. Your intention. Intention is what leads everything. So why are you here? What would you like to balance today or invite into your day, your life? And if it would please you, on the next exhale, you can bring your palms together and rest your thumbs at your heart. Taking some time to place this intention, the sankalpa, on your practice with an I am statement, like it's already occurring. You might even choose, I am connected to all beings, to myself, to my higher power. Repeating whatever you choose a few times, really letting it solidify in your awareness. And whenever you feel ready, yogis, your exhale will bow your chin and blink open your eyes. Please release your hands, and we're going to begin with an extended leg twist. So please elongate both legs. You're going to keep your left leg nice and strong, foot flexed, left thigh rooting down, and then you're going to take right leg over left. You're trying to get your big toe mound rooted. Just do the best you can. And again, we want to be really upright in our seat. Remember, having a blanket or a pillow underneath your bottom is going to really help you feel better in the spine here if it's uncomfortable. As you hug the right knee in with its strength, you can wrap the left arm around, bringing it a little deeper. Right hand behind. Let the shoulders smooth down the back, and inhale, get really tall through the heart, through the top of your head. And on your exhale, hug your navel and the knee in as you start to gently twist to the right. Notice the space to breathe in the left low back. Inhale, getting tall. Your next exhale again, navel in, knee in. You decide if a deeper twist is appropriate. And maybe let's even twist in the neck, bringing chin to throat, starting to look toward the right shoulder. Nice, you guys. One more round. And on your next inhale, please come back to neutral. Unwind the legs when you're ready. You'll take left leg over right. Again, right leg strong. Flexing the right foot, right thigh rooting down, trying to get left big toe mound toward floor. Feeling upright, bring the left knee in, right arm wrapping around, left hand behind. Again, shoulders down the back. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Navel, knee in as you exhale and start to twist to your left. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to hug, navel and knee in. You decide if a deeper twist is appropriate. Chin can come to throat, and you can start to gaze toward left shoulder, just looking for some spaciousness in the neck as well. Deep breathing, you guys. Relax your eyes, your mouth. Very nice. On your next inhale, gently unwind. Re-extend the left leg. Just pausing for a moment and making your way to all fours when you are ready. We're moving into some cat-cow here. Do have your props available. You can pad the knees if that's a benefit for you. Wrists below shoulders, knees below hips. Again, we're mindful with our hand placement. Wrist creases parallel to the top edge of the mat or maybe a wall ahead of you. As you root your index fingers and thumbs, fingers are spread evenly. Creating strength in the arms, turn the inner elbows forward and feel your shoulders smooth down the back. On your next inhale, feel your belly lower. The back ribs roll in toward the spine, reaching your heart forward. Lift your chin comfortably. Back bending in your cow. And on your exhale, push the floor away. Navel in, feel the back of your heart lift and separate your shoulder blades, chin in toward chest. Again, inhale, belly lowers. Back ribs roll into the spine, heart forward, chin up. Exhale, push the floor away. Create as much space between the floor and your navel as you can. Back of heart lifting, chin to chest. Please continue to move. And as you pay attention to body, to breath, know that you are welcome to pause in those areas that feel tight or sticky and breathe into them. Remember, when we get in touch with the divine within us, or however you'd like to acknowledge that higher power, it allows us to begin to access a more loving way of being. When we are spending a lot of time in the ego, there's a lot of tendency toward fear, which can show up as powerlessness, control, anger. When we are with the spirit within us, we lean into love, compassion, a deeper knowing, faith. Let's go through one more round of cat-cow here. And if you'd like to take on any organic movement after this next press of back to sky, please feel free. Stay with mindful breath, but let your body lead the way. Trust its intelligence to get into the nooks and the crannies where you're holding tension. We'll just go for a few more rounds here, so even out your work. And whenever you feel balanced, make your way back to neutral. We're preparing for our toe stand here, so knees as wide as you'd like, tuck your toes. As always, you're welcome to stay right here, leaning back as much as feels good. If it's in your practice, you can come up to stand on your knees, or you can sit back on the heels. Do be sure both of your pinky toes get involved. And then from here, extend the arms, turn the thumbs down. Let's start with right arm over left as you interlace your fingers and bring your hands into your heart. Remember, you're trying to be as upright in your spine as you're able. Navel in, shoulders down. Widen the collarbones, feel the palms press, and gently grip your fingers, finding your stretch. With your chin into throat, we'll side bend in the neck. So start to take right ear to right shoulder. Left shoulder smoothing away. Remember, we're just entering stretches to a point where we can still breathe comfortably, not going too far. And this goes for our repetitive movement as well. We're only going in enough to where we balance our effort and our ease. We want to try to maintain this steady calm that we begin to cultivate at the beginning of practice. On your next inhale, back up to neutral. Release the hands. And you'll take right arm under left this round. Interlace. Hands come back into heart. Notice if the shoulders have crept up at all, draw them down the back. Collarbones wide. Again, you're softly pressing the palms, fingertips gripping. With the chin slightly coming into throat, begin to take left ear to left shoulder. Right shoulder dropping away. Can you take your breath back toward the back ribs, like our opening breath work? Long exhales, helping you release. Just meet yourself where you are today. On your next inhale, back to neutral. Release the hands. You're welcome to roll out the wrists, maybe a couple of times each way. And whenever you're ready, please make your way forward. Untuck the toes, and you're welcome to gently drum them on the top of the mat. Encourage blood flow. Remember, the bottom of foot stretch helps us actually even open and release the outer hip. All right, you guys, from here, we're going to come into a forearm plank for some opening core work. So bring your elbows below your shoulders. You're pushing your index finger and thumb into the floor, and then you're going to step your feet back. Knees, can come down at any time. Push the floor away. Glutes strong, navel in, shoulders down the back. You're welcome to stay right here. Do bring your feet at least hip width. Or, on your next exhale, you're going to drop both heels to the right, bringing your right hip toward the floor. The inhale brings you back up, adjust your feet. And the exhale drops both heels to the left hip toward the floor. Inhale up. Only go as big as is right for you. Exhale, both feet hip to the right. Inhale to neutral, shoulders down the back. Exhale, both heels to the left, hip to the left. Inhale up. Continue to move. Deep breathing, you guys. Chin to throat. Release the back of your neck. And maybe one more set side to side if it's in your practice. Coming back to neutral. Please bring knees down, hips down to the floor. Untuck the toes. Feet as wide as feels good in the low back, pausing in your Sphinx pose. You're rooting the tops of your feet, your pelvis, and your forearms down. And then think of drawing the hands back, the shoulder blades down the back. Let your chin come to your throat. Deep breathing. If you feel you'd like a little deeper back bend here, you could take your hands out a little bit. You might even walk them away from you. And then on an inhale, push down and start to straighten your arms, coming into a seal pose. Keep the shoulders down the back. Chin toward throat. If you've gone too far, no big deal. Bring the elbows back down. One more round of breath, please. And on your exhale, release. Wrists below shoulders. Shoulders down the back, navel in. You're pushing up to all fours. And then you're going to make your way into a down dog. Remember, feet hip width. You're welcome to step the feet in so you can be longer in the spine, even bend the knees. Feel free to pedal, to sway, to maybe lift up onto the balls of the feet, whatever feels good to you here. Rooting your index finger and thumb, let's create strength in the upper body. Turn the inner elbows forward and feel the outer edges of your shoulder blades lift toward the sky. You're letting your head dangle freely here, you guys. Just let tension slip away. Physical, mental. Maybe a little shake of yes, no. You can come back to stillness when you're ready, navel in, and then maybe yawn your mouth open, stick your tongue out, let go of tension in the jaw. Preparing for a squat. On your next exhale, start to bend the knees and reach your hips back to your heels as you press your hands into the floor and forward, finding a little extra length through your spine. Relax your neck, maybe wiggle your tail a bit. And on an inhale, press legs as straight as feels good to you. On your next exhale, please look to your hands, and however serves you to get there, powerful pose at the top of the mat. Feet are hip width. Waves in the heels, sink your hips down, and on an inhale, come up. Either arms parallel to the floor or biceps by the ears. Remember, light toes, you guys. Glutes strong, navel in. Feel your heart and the top of your head lift to the sky, but bring your chin down. Let's do a few pulses here. So on an inhale, lift up a bit. And on an exhale, sink toward your edge. Inhale up. Exhale, sink. We'll do one more. Inhale up. Exhale, sink. Inhale, push to standing. Glutes strong, navel in. Feel the back ribs roll into the spine, heart lifting. Back bend. And on an inhale, you'll make your way back to neutral. The exhale, releasing hands to heart. Palms to sides. Just pause. Remember your intention. All 10 toes pointing forward. Please root the big toe mounds, pinky toe edges of feet and heels. Try not to lock out the knees. This cuts off your grounding. A little tiny bend there. Glutes strong, navel in. Inhaling, arms up. And on your exhale, left hand to right wrist. Inhale, right palm to sky. With your next exhale, go up and over to the left. Root your right foot and reach. Deep breathing in the right side body. Remember, calm the nervous system. Let it relax your body. Let it open you to the vital life force within you. Remembering you're not just this body. There's something much deeper about you. Inhaling back to center. Exhale, switch hand and wrist. Inhale to lengthen through left palm. Stay strong in the lower half as you exhale up and over to the right. Root the left foot and extend. Deep breathing. And on an inhale, back to center. Please exhale, release hands to heart and palms to sides. All right, we're going to be coming into this sliding portion on our left side. I'd like to show you what this looks like first. If you're on a smooth surface and using a washcloth or a hand towel, I want you to step off of the surface so that you can slide back and forth. So our right foot is going to be our post foot, and then you're going to try to center your left foot on whatever prop you're using to slide. Let arms be down along the sides, and of course, first watch. So the inhale is going to step us back, or slide us back, I should say, into a lunge, arms coming up. And then the exhale is going to drag the left foot back up and a little bit ahead. You might need to adjust your stance, play with it. The inhale, taking the left leg back. Be mindful of the right knee stacking over. We don't want it to go beyond the toes too much and coming forward. And so we'll do a few rounds of this. And then we'll get into a variation, if you'd like, where you can start playing a little more with balance. You might just come up to the tiptoes here. You might lift the left knee. We'll do a few rounds of that. And then we might eventually come into a variation where we twist and go back into the lunge. First things first, don't allow what I'm offering you to unseat you from this calm space. You do what's appropriate for you, okay? Just let it be fun. We're not attaching to any type of outcome here. We're just noticing where we're at in our body and with our mind today, okay? So, when you're ready, set up your left foot. Again, root, big toe mound, pinky toe edge, heel. Try not to lock out the knee. Arms down alongside the body. Feel the glutes strong, the navel in, and keep your gaze steady. This helps focus and calm. Balance. On your next inhale, start to slide the left foot back. And on your exhale, root the right big toe mound, come back forward. Lift or slide a little forward, arms back. Inhale, make your way back toward the sliding lunge. Exhale, arms back, left foot forward. Slow movement, you guys. Try not to push too fast. Move with awareness. Last one in this variation, if you choose. Deep breathing. Moving back. Playing with balance. A little more this round. Flying the arms back, maybe lifting the left knee. Release. Inhale back. Exhale, drag forward. Knee up, arms back. Inhale, step back. Last one like this before an optional change. Exhale, you can stay right here if you'd rather. Inhale. If you need to take a break at any time, trust your body's needs. Right hand to left knee, left arm behind. Inhale, step back. Exhale, make your way forward, maybe twist. Last one, I would like you to practice holding your balance when you come back up. Shoulders down, wherever you are. Lift through the heart, the crown. And on an exhale, release. Arms to sides, left foot down. Set your prop out of the way. Good job. Next inhale, sweeping arms up. On your exhale, sink into the hips and forward fold. Torso to thighs, hands to props or floor. Weight into the balls of the feet, thighs reach back. Release your neck. On your next inhale, a half lift. Hands to the shins, navel in as you reach from tail through crown. And on your exhale, hands to props or the mat. Step left foot back into a lunge. Lengthen, widen. Find your tension here. You're gently reaching through your left heel. Feel the glutes tighten a bit, the navel in, shoulders down the back. Release the back of the neck, chin to throat. Remember, we want to be a long line of energy from top of head to heel. One more cycle of breath here in lunge. And on your next exhale, left knee down. Up to you if you untuck the back toes. Keep the glutes strong, the navel in. You're welcome to stay here. Or with left wrist below left shoulder, index finger and thumb into the floor, inner elbow turning toward them. We'll open arm twist. Inhale, right arm forward, and circle open to the right. Shoulders down the back wherever you are. Lengthen through the heart, the crown. As you press left index finger and thumb, you can use that to lean back even more in the right side body. Remember, we want to try to stack the shoulders here. Chin to throat, you guys, releasing strain on the neck. And if you'd like, you could take the right arm into a half bind here. Or if it's in your practice, you might like to bend the left knee and get a hold of the left foot. You could use a strap or a belt here as well. The left heel is moving toward the outer left hip, and you're gently pressing hand to foot, foot to hand to create the stretch. Keep the glutes engaged, the navel in. Everyone gently release that. Right hand back to the floor if it's not. Preparing for Ardha Hanumanasana. You might like to wiggle the right foot forward a bit. And then you're going to start, you can use props here if you'd like, walking back into the half splits. You're trying to stack left hip over left knee. Flex the right foot, feel the right kneecap lift, the right hip draw back in space. Shoulders down the back, chin to throat. Long exhales, you guys. Release the back of the right leg. You're welcome to stay here, or if it's in your practice, you can come back into three-faced forward fold. Sitting just to the interior of the left foot, shoulders down the back, heart reaching to toes. Remember, we're meeting ourselves where we are. Deep breathing, one more round. The next inhale, please make your way back into lunge. We're preparing for a one leg forward fold, playing with balance. Come up into lunge, use props if you'd like, and then lift the left leg to the sky. Really reach through the left toes. Feel the inner thighs hug, the glutes strong, your navel in. Let your gaze be steady on one point, and maybe take right hand to right ankle. If you'd like to play with balance, left hand can join right. It's okay to fall. This is how we build our strength. It's how we grow. Do not look at it as a failure. Look at it as an opportunity. Be loving to yourself, compassionate and kind. And when you're ready, you guys, hands back down. Left foot joins right. Top of the mat. Adjust your feet. Weight in the heels, sink the hips. Inhale, arms up, your variation of powerful pose. Chin to throat, again, glutes strong, navel in, light in the toes. And maybe a few pulses here. Inhaling up, exhaling down. You can be still, you could come to standing if you'd rather. Last one. And on the inhale, push up. Glutes strong, navel in. Maybe take the back bend. Back ribs rolling into spine, lifting the heart. And on an inhale, back to neutral. The exhale, releasing hands to heart. Palms to sides. Just pause. Notice how you feel. This work always leaves me feeling a little lighter and brighter, burning off excess energy that's not serving me. It centers me a little bit more. What do you notice? How does this practice serve you? Maybe you recall your intention. All right, you guys, we're preparing for second side. Bring in your prop. Find a nice adjustment there. Again, root through big toe mound of the left foot, pinky toe edge, heel. Try not to lock out the left knee. Keep the glutes strong, the navel in, and your gaze steady. When you're ready, you guys, inhale, slide the right foot back, lift the arms up, find your sliding lunge variation, as big or as small as you like, and on the exhale, slide the right foot forward, arms back. Inhale, make your way back into your lunge. Keep the left big toe mound rooted. Exhale, make your way back forward. I always notice I roll to the pinky toe edge of my standing foot. Be strong here. Continuing to move if it's appropriate for you on this side. Honor your body. Remember that you are more than this body. More than achieving a yoga pose. That you have this divine spark within you. Don't let the practice hold you back from that. Embrace it. Last one like this. Before this next round, the optional added on balance challenge. Inhaling back. Exhale, making your way forward, arms back, maybe right knee up. Inhale, make your way into your lunge. Exhale, strong left leg, navel in, arms back, knee up. One more in this variation. Move with awareness, which means we have to go slowly with breath. All right, optional twist this round if you'd like. Right arm back, left hand to right knee. 2 more rounds, you guys, if it's appropriate. If you fall, no big deal. Just come back in when you're ready. Last one. And hold. Feel tall, rooting the left foot, reaching through the crown. Nice job. When you're ready, you guys, release. Move your prop out of the way. Notice how good it feels to be still. Next inhale, lift the arms, the heart, and the chin. On your exhale, sink into the heels, bend the knees, again, torso to thighs as you fold over your legs. Hands to props, weight just shifting into the balls of the feet. Feel your thighs reach back, release your neck. On the next inhale, half lift, hands to shins, navel in, get long from tail through crown. On your next exhale, hands to props or floor, right foot back into lunge. Lengthen and widen as it feels right to you on this side. Reaching through the right heel, feel your glutes strong, your belly button in. Just slip your shoulders down your back, bring your chin to your throat, release the back of your neck, any tension you're holding there. A little shake of the head, deepen your breath. On your next exhale, you guys, right knee down. You decide if you untuck the back toes. Keep the glutes strong, the navel in, and the shoulders down as you continue to lengthen your spine. There's a sufficient quad stretch here. You're welcome to stay here if it's what allows you to find calm, to connect inward. If you feel you would like to shift, right wrist below right shoulder. Again, root the index finger and thumb, turn the inner elbow to it. And on your next inhale, left arm reaches forward and rolls your heart open to the left. As much as you press into the right index finger and thumb, you can use that to lean back a little bit more in the left side body, trying to stack the shoulders. Again, bring your chin into your throat, relaxing your neck. We don't want to create strain there. Deep breath. And if you'd like, you could take the left arm around the low back if you did on the other side. Or you can bend the right knee and maybe use your strap or a prop, your foot and hand, however it works. Letting the heel move toward the outer right hip. Remember the gentle pressure between foot and hand and foot, or strap if you're using. Glutes strong, navel in. If you've gotten to a point in this pose where you can't breathe, where it's shallow, I want you to let the ego go. Come back to your breath, to the calming nature of deep breathing. Remember the connection inward. If we push too hard, we have the potential to create issues. Honor your body. Honor your parasympathetic nervous system, calming inward. Most of our day is made up of stress. Try not to let your yoga practice be of that as well. Your next exhale, gently release the right foot if you're holding, left hand back to the floor, wherever you were. And we're preparing for Ardha Hanumanasana. Left foot again wiggles forward a bit, just enough so that you can stack right hip over right knee. Adjust as necessary. Use your props if they give you the space, remember, that we're looking to create. Flex the left foot, lift the left kneecap, and draw the left hip back in space. Shoulders down, please bring your chin to your throat. Keep your heart reaching to your left toe. Long exhales, you guys. Again, you are welcome to stay in Ardha Hanumanasana. If three-faced forward fold is in your practice, you can gently start to shift back. Shoulders down, heart reaching to toes still. Nice job, you guys. When you're ready, please make your way back up to lunge. Drawing left foot in, tucking the back toes, reach through the right heel. Remember, we're preparing for one leg forward fold. Use the props if they're a benefit. Making your way up onto the left leg. Reach your right toes as high as feels appropriate on this side. Feel the inner thighs hug, glutes strong, belly button in. Let your chin come back into your throat and then settle your gaze on one unmoving point. You might like to bring left hand to ankle to just play. If you'd like to play with it further, maybe right hand joins left. Feel everything energetically hug in toward your navel as you reach. And when you're ready, you guys, hands back to floor or props. Release right foot to left. You're coming back into your forward fold. You can bend your knees for a moment. Take your torso to your thighs. Shift your weight forward. And then reach your thighs as far back as feels appropriate now. Relax your neck as much as feels good for you. With a long exhale out the mouth be a benefit right now. On your next inhale, half lift please, hands to shins, navel in, get long from top of head to tail. And on your exhale, we're making our way back to forearm plank. Feet hip width. You can bring knees down or you can stair step down to your forearm plank. You're welcome to stay in forearm plank or you can come back into the hip dips we did last round. Reach through the heels, glutes strong, navel in, shoulders down the back. This round, on your next exhale, dropping both heels to the left, hip to the left if you'd like. Inhale up to center, adjust feet if necessary, and exhale to the right. Inhale up. Move with control with your breath. Maybe 2 more rounds. Notice if your shoulders are creeping up, draw them down the back. And after your last time to the right side, knees down, hips down. Sphinx pose. Good work, you guys. Untuck the toes, tops of feet, rooting into the floor. Find a comfortable spacing between the feet. Pelvis, forearms root down. Feel the shoulders slide down the back and the hands draw backward to reach your heart more forward. Bring your chin to your throat to calm your nervous system. Again, you are welcome to stay here, or you might go into our seal pose. Hands moving out toward the corners of the mat a little bit, maybe even a little further ahead so it's a little softer. And then you root index finger and thumb and straighten your arms. Shoulders down, heart forward. Notice if you're starting to overarch in the neck, bring the chin down. You are more than welcome to stay here, you guys. You can come out of it, you can come back to Sphinx, or if you would like, bow pose. You'll release down, bend your knees, and get a hold of your feet. You're going to feel your inner knees gently hug just to create some nice strength there. And shoulders down the back, you're going to start with the back ribs rolling into the spine, heart forward. From here, push hands to feet, feet to hands, and start to lift your knees to the sky. Chin down. Deep breathing wherever you are. If you need to come out at any time, trust your practice, trust your body. And everyone, release. Just pause, stacking your hands, resting your forehead or a cheek, rocking hips side to side or bending your knees and windshield wipering the legs. Long exhales, let it go. If you have one cheek down, let's balance the neck, turn the head the other way. Nice work, you guys. Just notice how you're feeling. Release the legs back down. And whenever you feel ready, you can shift into your child's pose. Wrists below shoulders, shoulders down the back, navel in. Be cautious of your back as you push up and into child's. Knees as wide as feel good to you. Remember, a wider knee feels a little bit more like a back bend. If you'd like to stay with that, a closer knee feels more like a forward fold. Notice the beating of your heart, the ribs expanding into your thighs, maybe. Just being with this feeling, being alive. Being a spirit experiencing humanity. All of its ups and its downs, as wholly and fully as we can. Trying to stay as centered as we can. Trusting this is a process of growth and that we're doing the best we can as we can. Whenever you feel ready, please make your way to a seat. From here, we're going to come either into 90-90 or pigeon pose. We'll start with right leg in front. You can bring your right heel as far back as you'd like if you want to come up into your pigeon pose on top of the left leg. If you're staying in 90-90, you're going to be making 90-degree angles out of your legs. So just find wherever works for you today. And remember, We want to be on top of the left thigh if you're in pigeon, so it's okay to prop underneath the right hip. If you'd like to flex the right foot, I know that that helps me get deeper into the right hip, whichever pose you're in. And then let's prepare to go into a bit of a forward fold here. So draw your shoulders down the back wherever you are. Inhale, lengthen through your heart, the top of your head. Navel in as you exhale, and if you'd like, you can start to lean forward. You can set your forearms on pillow, blanket, blocks if you have them. You might even like to rest your forehead on a block or your hands if that pose is accessible to you. So just determine where you are here. You want to keep that link through the spine, so stay tall. And really focus on what you're feeling and breathe into it. So the inhale, expanding those areas that are feeling the most. Invite in some compassion. And on the exhale, can you let it be a full exhale to release the tension that takes your energy, that leaves you imbalanced. The real heart of the yoga practice is to have self-realization. And that's self with a capital S. We're not talking about the ego self. We're talking about the self that, again, aligns with something bigger than us. And in the self-realization, we realize that we are bigger than the ego had us think. That we're more than our possessions, our job or our bills. That we have this connection to everything. That we have a connection to love. If we can just get our ego out of the way. Last exhale here. And then when you're ready, you'll come back to the right hip, bringing the left leg around. And we'll go second side. 90-90, again making that half pinwheel shape. Or if you're going into pigeon, I suggest bringing the left leg back a little bit first to come up onto the right thigh. Remember, we want to stay honest and on top of the right thigh. If you're going in pigeon, you can prop under the left hip. You can adjust the left foot a little forward if that helps, but be careful of the knee. All right, let's pause here. Shoulders down. Inhale, lengthen through heart and top of head. On your exhale, navel in, and if it's appropriate for you, maybe you lean forward. Find your variation on this side. Again, breathing into where you're feeling the most. Let long exhales help you release and continue to cultivate the parasympathetic nervous system, calming within. Notice if there's any gripping around your eyes, if you're clenching your teeth, holding in the back of the neck, and obviously in the left, low back, hip, thigh. Let it go. Show at the door. Let's just take a couple more rounds here. After your next exhale, rolling to the left hip if you're up in pigeon. Come back up to your hands, and everyone bring the right leg around. We're preparing for our seated forward fold. Again, you're welcome to sit on a blanket or a pillow. A wider leg is going to be kinder to the hamstrings, so you decide what that means for you today. You can draw the sits bones back if that's a benefit. Please flex your feet and root your thighs down. Again, if you have low back concerns, wrists below shoulders and staying upright in Dandasana might be the best bet for you. Everyone, shoulders down, extend through heart and top of head. Exhale, navel in, and if it's appropriate for you, invite your forward fold. Remember, each inhale, lengthen the spine, shoulders down the back. Long exhales, let them be complete as you invite release, not forcing it. Let your chin come down again, release the back of the neck. Just notice how deeply are you breathing. Can it go deeper? With maybe lifting out of the pose a bit, allow you to have that deeper breath. And if your mind is running, can you be diligent about staying with the breath sensation, the physical sensation? Continue to hone this awareness, this pure consciousness. The vitality, the prana within, the connection that you have, that you are not separate, not as the ego would have you believe, but that we are all bound. In this way, in taking care of ourselves on the micro level, it helps the macro become more aligned as well. In your next inhale, please make your way up. We're going to go down to our backs for supported shoulder stand and our final twist. So please have your prop available. When you get down to your back, heels below knees, and then you can widen your feet from there as much as feels good. Depending on how open you're feeling in your back today, either level 1 or level 2 with the block, or adjust your blanket. When you're ready, drive the knees down and lift your hips up so you can support your sacrum. And then when you're ready from there, roll the shoulders under so your upper back is smooth. Long back of neck as you bring your chin towards your throat. Place the arms down alongside the body, palms up, relaxing your shoulders a bit more. You can stay here in supported bridge. You could take one leg up if that's what's comfortable for you. You could take both legs up if you'd rather. Ankles over knees, knees over hips, just enough engagement to keep the legs afloat. Come back to your breath. Let your mind be quiet. It is this way that we will begin to change the world, by taking care of our own being with love and compassion. Remember, our relationships tend to be mirrors of how we are seeing ourselves. I know in my own experience, when I began to see my true being and love myself more, It opened me up to being a more loving and available mother, wife, sister, daughter. It has benefited all aspects of my being. This was what I wish to share with you. If you're interested in the offering. If you have one leg up, please switch them out if you haven't. You're welcome to wiggle your toes if they get tingly, or to flex and extend in the feet, the ankles. Remember, this pose lets our parasympathetic, our rest and digest nervous system come even more forward. It calms us. Iyengar believed it cured all ills when we practiced 30 minutes a day. I think just even a few minutes can do wonders. Last round of breath here. And on your exhale, you can bend your knees. Please set one foot and then the other to the floor. Be mindful on your foot placing. And when you're ready, drive your knees down to lift your hips up. Remove your support and take a slow, mindful roll down. Just doing your best to articulate your spine as you lower back to the floor. When you feel ready, yogis, please open your arms to a T. You could keep feet down on the floor, legs could be wide or together, or if you'd rather, you'll bring legs up into a 90-degree angle for today's twist. Let your knees be over your hips and slightly flex your feet. With navel in, on your next exhale, begin to lower both legs to the right. If your left shoulder comes up at all, you can use your prop, or you can soften the bend in the knees, the flex in the hips. Here today, you might like to extend the top leg. Energy through the heel as you flex the foot, press the thigh away, and feel the leg get heavy to the floor. You could lightly take right hand to the outer left thigh. Head turns to the left, and just breathe into the left low back. You could drag the left arm up on a bit of a diagonal if you'd like, but be kind here. Sustainable pose. Long exhale, softening you down. On your next exhale, arms back to a T, bend the top knee, navel in, and make your way back up. You could bring feet down first, you could come back up into the floating legs, you decide what's appropriate. And with an exhale, navel in, you'll take both legs to the left. Again, right shoulder anchored, adjust as necessary to create that. Maybe extending the top leg. Flex the foot, feel the thigh reach away, leg heavy to the floor. And then again, you could lightly set left hand to outer right thigh. Head rolling right. Please breathe deeply into the right low back. Long exhale, softening you into this pose. Again, wherever you are, whatever you choose, let it be calming. On your next exhale, arms back to a T. Bend the top knee if leg is extended. Navel in as you make your way back up to neutral. Coming into Apanasana, knees into chest. You can hold hamstrings or shins. You might like to rock, roll. You might like to bring forehead up to knees and give yourself a little squeeze. If there are any final poses that will complete your practice, know you're always welcome to take them now. Or you can make your way into your resting pose, Shavasana, when you're ready. Maybe a pillow or a blanket below the knees if your low back or hips are uncomfortable. Do let your heels be at least hip width and your pinky toes heavy to the floor. This allows the hips to relax even more. The upper back is again smooth, tucking the shoulders under, letting arms be as wide as is sustainable, palms to sky, relaxing shoulders even more. Please lengthen the back of your neck and let your chin slightly draw down, again calming your nervous system. You can allow your gaze to softly rest on the space just before you, unseeing of the ceiling. Or you can allow your eyes to close completely. You might like to take one big inhale and one open mouth exhale and just release down. And then let your breath simply breathe itself in a natural and nourishing way. Feel your mental tensions ease. I will end today's practice, if you would like, with a bit of a meditation. I practice this meditation daily to connect me to myself and to others. So please take your awareness to your pelvic floor and repeat in your mind if you'd like. I am rooted in love, grounded in compassion. I am rooted in love, grounded in compassion. I am rooted in love, grounded in compassion. Taking your awareness a couple of inches below your navel. I see the love and beauty in all beings, including myself. I see the love and beauty in all beings, including myself. I see the love and beauty in all beings, including myself. Awareness now moving up just below the ribs. I act in a loving way, a compassionate way to all beings. I act in a loving way, a compassionate way to all beings. I act in a loving way, a compassionate way to all beings. Awareness now moving to the center of the chest. I have love and compassion in my heart for all beings, including myself. I have love and compassion in my heart for all beings, including myself. I have love and compassion in my heart for all beings, including myself. awareness now moving to the throat between the ears. I speak loving words and listen with compassionate ears. I speak loving words and listen with compassionate ears. I speak loving words and listen with compassionate ears. Taking your awareness to the center of your brow. I think loving and compassionate thoughts. I think loving and compassionate thoughts. I think loving and compassionate thoughts. And finally, taking your awareness to the crown of your head. I am divine love. Or if you'd rather, I am universal love. Or simply, I am love. Repeating it 2 more times to yourself. As always, yogis, you are more than welcome to stay right where you are. If you feel ready to reawaken, let it be gentle movement to fingers, toes, maybe flexing ankles, wrists, or rotating. You might decide you'd like to go into a full body stretch eventually, extending arms overhead as you arch your back, spreading fingers and toes. Rolling to either side when it's appropriate for you. You can pause in fetal position. And whenever you'd like, strong arms will help you come up to a comfortable seat. If it would please you, palms can come together, thumbs resting at the heart. Taking some time here for gratitude as it brings forth joy. Recall 3 things here now that you are grateful for today. And really feel the gratitude in your body. Love and the light in me recognizes and honors the love and the light in each of you. And when we are in this space, we are one. Namaste, yogis. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this finds you well.